Hi, I'm Jeffrey Anderson, and in this brief video, we'll define organizational culture and look at three levels of organizational culture. Organizational culture is the system of shared beliefs that guide the behavior of members of an organization. Organizational culture is the way in which members of an organization relate to each other, their work, and the outside world as compared to other organizations. It can support or impede an organization's strategy. Organizational culture appears in three levels: observable artifacts, values, and basic assumptions. Much like an iceberg floating at sea, only a small part of an organization's culture is visible. This is the observable artifacts. Values lie at or just below the waterline, mostly visible, while basic assumptions lie deep below the surface and can be imagined but are not seen. Observable artifacts are visible and readily apparent attributes of culture. We can see these artifacts in the way that people dress, the way they arrange their workspaces, and how they interact with colleagues and customers. Other examples of visible artifacts include acronyms, awards, logos, myths and stories, rites and rituals, and symbols. The second, deeper level of organizational culture consists of the organization's values. Espoused values are the explicitly stated values and norms of the organization. We see these values in formal statements as part of an organization's mission and vision statements. Southwest Airlines, like many companies, states its values on their website. These values determine how to live the Southwest way. Southwest values employees who have a warrior spirit, a servant's heart, a fun-loving attitude, and work the Southwest way. Assumptions are at the deepest level of culture. Basic assumptions represent the core beliefs that organizations have about their culture. Assumptions are values that are so deeply held that they are taken for granted as being unquestionably true. Because they're taken for granted, assumptions are difficult to change. Employees learn about the organization's culture in a variety of ways. Heroes are people whose actions exemplify the organization's values. Sam Walton is a hero in Walmart's culture. Stories are narratives that are based on true events. These stories are repeated and sometimes embellished. Symbols are objects like company logos, pins, jackets, and plaques. And rites and rituals are events and ceremonies that celebrate important occasions and accomplishments of the organization. Creating the right culture is critical for high-performing organizations. Under Jack Welch's leadership, General Electric developed a culture where performance and accountability mattered and risks were rewarded. Welch made the connection between cultural values and high performance, transforming General Electric into one of the world's most admired companies. In this brief video, we defined organizational culture, and we looked at the three levels of organizational culture: visible artifacts, values, and basic assumptions.